Alright, let's just start doing this as a sound test.
Okay.
Okay.
Your mom is a sound test.
Face is a sound test.
You wish.
Ooh, face.
She said face.
FaceTime continuum.
Yo, give me some face, yo.
Isn't that slang for a blowjob?
Yep.
A blowjob!
Chicken heads.
French.
French.
Chick-
Making out like a circus seal.
Oh no.
Chicken heads. No.
Circuses can bounce beach balls on the nose.
Do you think that's a blowjob, Harry?
No, but I think it's mildly sexual.
Oh no.
Henry. There's Henry.
Yeah, Fred, keep talking. See, I just want to see.
Alright. I'm sort of talking from the couch over here because I'm old and I can't get up. No, that wasn't one of those kind of jokes.
Oh, because that's where I totally went with it.
Yeah.
Is that
But then I'd show up in the emergency room and all the nurses would want me.
Is that a Z95?
Your mom's a Z95.
Yes.
Your mom's
Dude, what up?
Mongoose!
Where?
What?
It's a mongoose!
That's a damn mongoose, you fat
She's
bastard.
looking a little further down the road.
Damn.
He's actually pointing to this.
Oh.
Z95 Headhunter, dude. I remember in the
Oh,
original.
no. The Z95 Headhunter. That's actually from the Clone Wars.
Your mom's a
Oh, really?
hunter.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, the only Z95
That was good.
I have is this.
I like that.
Okay. Because I remember in the original Star Wars TIE Fighter game for the PC, the Z95 was the shit.
Oh, yeah. Our little, my little nerd.
But that does look, now that you mention it, when you look at the engines, it is a lot more
Yeah, that
reminiscent
actually
of
was
it.
from episode 3.
Yeah. But you can tell it totally is
Oh, yeah.
reminiscent of the Z95.
That,
What was it from
the
Star Wars
X-Wing.
he was doing?
Yeah,
Basically
that too.
a
Something
crossbreed.
like this?
Yeah.
We're talking over each other again, Fred.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought we were ignoring them.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're ignoring people. It
Fools!
still comes up on the microphone, and it still sounds like we're talking over each other.
You
Well, we
wanna
are.
See how that...
I'm gonna get a taser gun.
Taser. Oh, no.
It's a stun gun, isn't it?
Don't
A taser.
tase me, bro!
A taser is like zzz, a stun gun is zzz, like that.
Fine, I'll get a stun gun. Jesus.
Get your terminology right, bitch.
Hey, I'll use either one. If it electrocutes you, I will use it.
She
nice
said
little
she
blow
used
dart.
Either one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Testicles 1, 2, 3, 4. We've already got a file named that one. Let's name this one like Vagina 5, 6, 7, 8.
The
That
Vagerino.
was a mix between Christopher Walken and a British guy.
Yeah.
Don't you mock me.
I did. I'll do it again.
I heard say that he likes penis. You were just very quiet, so I thought I'd engage you.
Well,
I engage you with penis.
he loves the cock. My brother did that one time. Almost got my ass shot. We pulled up next to a pickup truck with 2 black guys in it, and they had a bunch of junk in the back, and he rolled down the window and started humming that song to the top of his lungs.
No.
I ran a red light because they were making a dive for the dashboard. I'm like, you're gonna. And my brother's like that. My brother, on the other hand, gets away with murder.
Did you tell me one about when
Like
he
a mouse.
popped a bag behind your dad?
No, my brother was coming. This is the second time I came to pick up some of my stuff after I recently moved out of my mom's house when I was 19, and he was still in school at the time. He's 3 years younger than I am, and it was time. My dad slept. My dad works nights, so he sleeps during the day. Well, he was running late getting up, and my mother was out of the house at the time, so he went to go wake him up. The first time was poking him in the ribs with a stick, speaking Vietnamese. Second time, I should have known better. But the second time, my brother didn't have anything in his hand, and before I could react, he kicked the door open and yelled, "Incoming!" and nosedived to the floor. My dad slept at the time on a 4-foot-high captain's pedestal California king-size waterbed, and there were drawers underneath. From the edge of the actual bed to the drawers, about this much space, and it's about that high. So my dad, 250 pounds, 2 slit discs in his back, I don't know how the man did it, literally levitated like Houdini, rolled in midair, and landed underneath the space. I don't know how he did this.
Oh my god.
Next thing, my dad's chasing my brother around with one of those folding chairs, about to beat the shit out of him for about 5 minutes. My brother laughing the whole fucking time. My brother's got a fucking death wish. There was things you don't fuck with a vet.
No.
That's just my own part. There are 3 major
Especially
vets you don't
Vietnam
fuck
vet.
with. Yeah, Vietnam vet. You don't mess with a fucking sniper, and you sure as hell don't mess with a bomb ordnance man. Those are the 3 big guys you don't fuck with. Yeah. Any type of war vet, a sniper, or a special forces guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, there's just some vets you can fuck with, and there's some vets you don't. And my dad is an ex-sniper, ex-Marine sniper, ex-Army door gunner, ex-Vietnam veteran. And my dad's a 20-year career man. He did everything you should see. The dad's chest weighed 50 pounds with all the medals and commendations he had.
Wow.
And there's just some... I don't fuck with my dad. I'll fuck with his religion. That's a safe topic as far as my dad's concerned. It's not going to get you killed, it'll just get you ignored. I can live with that. I'm looking at my brother and I'm like, see, I got proof. The fucker gets away with murder every fucking time because he's the baby.
So no story time.
No story time. So we're just simply doing this to be a test.
Huh?
Project.
Here's
Yeah.
Really?
What?
Carrots are these?
My carrots.
Yeah.
These carrots. Now they're mine. What? I sack it. Now it's mine.
I have to remember that. I thought it was absolutely hysterical after we're listening to the original one that we did, where you were sitting there for a good 5-10 minutes during the recording and for about a half hour before, space docking here, space docking there. I give you the definition of 88 and you damn near vomited in your mouth. I thought that was hysterical.
Because you gave the example of 2 fat guys.
I don't remember. What is it?
Space docking?
No, 88.
88 is the 69 version of either 2 lesbians going down on each other or 2 fat guys doing it.
Why did they have to be fat?
They look like old shriveled up man nipples.
Little tight off.
Like little knobs?
Yeah.
Tying it back to the first episode there. Talking about Fred's
Episode one,
pepperoni
the
nipples.
Pepperoni nipples. It's better than nipples on the spacesuit that we talked about last time.
What's blue?
It's a drive-by nippling.
You need to say something.
Say something so we can test all the
That's what you got.
Project woman. That's all I've got.
Stop cutting your Sorry, I can't remember other things to say halfway through. I got to stop cutting.
Out of things.
I ran
Out of
out of.
things to say.
I thought he
Don't tell me what to do.
flock of seagulls there for a second.
You know, if we really wanted to be blasphemous, we could have you read the Bible like that.
I've got a King James version in the house.
Yeah.
Not blasphemous, just entertaining.
No, but you know what I mean. Like somebody listening to that wasn't prepared for what they were hearing
Would
would be
anybody
going.
who wasn't prepared for that really be
The
listening?
beginning. I would hope not.
Because there's parental.
Kidding.
Considering it's called Four Fingers,
There.
I hope that
Was
religion.
nothing.
Oh! A fistful of
Now,
fun.
technically, since there's 5 of us, that's a full fist.
Aww.
That's what we could do. We could have like guests. No, that's what we could do. We could have guests on. So like, you know, it could be 4 fingers deep. And then if we have a guest on the show, just,
It's a
you know, any
fistful
random,
of fun.
yeah,
So
then it's
what
a
you're saying
fistful
is
of fun.
So what you're saying is that the guest is the opposable thumb.
Yes. You don't really need them, but they're great to
Until we
have.
get the fucking guest over
And
here.
then we're a full-fledged human being.
I can teach you how to use tools.
Yeah!
Oh, God.
I think I can use my own tool all by myself just fairly fine. Thank you very much.
Now, if you want to help me, that's another thing.
Was it the last show that we were talking about this, about the opposable thumb, where I said I'd rather have the ability to lick my own nuts than to
Yes.
be able to...
Yeah, because you said, advance my ass.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure that it was, from...
That it was said.
Yes, exactly. I just need
I
to make
just want to
sure.
put that out there
Yeah,
again, in case.
If anybody
He
can make
wants
that
to
work.
put it out there.
In your mouth.
Oh.
Or your ear. Whichever's
Like I
available.
said, first one's in your mouth, second one's for free. Wow. The context of that conversation.
Yeah, it went south quickly, didn't it?
South.
Yeah.
That's where the penis lives.
Yeah. South. We could always do that.
As long as it continues to watch you shave.
Oh, no.
Instead of tying your shoes.
Oh.
happens to the best of us.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Did I hit record?
I think so.
Is it recording?
Yes, here we are at Backdoor in the studios of Backdoor Radio.
Woo-hoo.
The mobile studios, in fact.
We're not in a trailer.
No, that's true.
We should be.
So now we're actually a full fist today?
I think so, yes. A fistful of fun.
I think that's your cue to talk. You weren't even paying attention.
Yeah,
You were just like, wait a minute.
we have a
What's
guest.
happening here?
We have a guest in the studio.
Hello.
By the way, Analog,
Yes.
80s music sucks.
No.
He sounded so defeated. He was just like,
Well, he kind of sideswiped him with that one.
I know.
He was like, look over there, now look back, now look again, now look back. Pow!
Okay,
Why-
which one's better, A or B?
Why would you say
or B?
80s music sucks?
Because most of it does. There's some of this really
Give me an
good.
example.
Oh,
Because it's not a blanket statement. Because I will admit there is some bad 80s music.
yeah. I mean,
There's
I like
bad 60s and 70s music.
There's
Yeah,
I mean,
but there's also terrible 90s and 2000s.
yeah. I mean, there's
Oh,
good
yeah,
80s
true.
stuff like Crowded House, yada yada yada. You know, there's good. I mean, we were just the other day when we were talking about this when I was driving home.
Right.
You know, we were talking about like the Cars and so and Blondie and blah 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 blah.
Do you still have a Model A?
All right, just because I'm having a bad knee day.
Do you still have to hand crank it?
Yeah.
Every morning.
Yeah. Well, you know.
So anyway, Blondie and
Yeah.
Talking
So yeah. I mean, but I'd have to admit also that being more interested in stuff that was in the 70s because I'm old.
And you remember the dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well,
They were
Stole
your
the
pals.
thunder from me on
the
that one.
80s.
that T-Rex.
Yeah. Well,
That's a bad T-Rex. You don't shit in the cave.
I think really, you're gonna get a spanking.
You naughty T-Rex.
You dirty bastard. But, you know, I think the 80s was kind of a reboot because there was all these monster rock acts, like, and punk was part of that in the late 70s too.
Right, but we talked about punk where like Pink Floyd's 1977 Animals was a direct response to punk.
Yeah.
And it sounded nothing like Pink Floyd's other stuff.
No, I liked that though.
And I've noticed that with a lot of Pink Floyd fans that I tend to meet, they list Animals as one of the best 70s era albums by that band of all time. And I'm just, that album to me is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
It's not your typical what you've heard from Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, The Wall, or hell, it's not even the same caliber as Metal.
She's handing me paper. Wonder if I lick it if I get a buzz. Never mind.
Or roll it.
If I lick it.
But
That was a train wreck starting off right there.
But we also talked about various types of punk. Sex Pistols is classified as punk.
Yeah,
He
right.
said sex.
The Ramones classified as punk.
Right. Well, yes.
But so is the Cars, so is Blondie, but it's
why?
a different type of
Why
punk.
would the Cars be?
Because of the dress. They wore suits with All-Stars.
Okay.
It was more of the defiance punk.
Yeah.
As a part, as to say, music defiance. But with the Sex Pistols, that is about hardcore punk as I can think of.
Yeah. So that and the one punk song that was just banned from the BBC as being ludicrously obscene is one of my favorite songs, and I've heard it by the original artist, the Anti-Nowhere League, and I've also heard Metallica do it or seen them do it. So what?
Right.
That as far as I'm concerned, if you want to pick a fuck you punk song, that is the best one I can think of.
True.
It
What,
just
so
is.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then there's
from
the
this to from the 80s suck to just.
We're getting to that.
yeah. Well, then you had acts like Flock of Seagulls. Oh, please.
Yes, I will classify that as sucky 80s music.
Yeah.
Well, there's other stuff like, I mean, there's some stuff that I liked in the 80s, but I was still trying to get over the fact that bands that I liked from the 70s weren't doing a whole lot anymore.
Well, no, we talked about Yes.
Well, yeah, now see, the stuff you like by them, I like the stuff from like 1972, 3,
Right.
4, 5, and the stuff you're talking about was 83, 4, 5.
Because I'm an 80s kid.
Well,
I didn't
exactly.
actually start really listening to music until I was 6 years old.
But the stuff what was the song or the album that you were talking about that I said I liked and hates?
Big Machine,
But what was the song from that one?
Love Will Find a Way.
That's the one. Yeah,
Oh,
I like that song.
He hates that song.
I know, but I like it.
But when we talk about 80s music, it's more or less you slamming hair bands.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm not a big
think,
fan.
I personally think that grunge music and the alternative scene that came out in the late 80s, early 90s not only killed 80s new wave, but gave hair bands a nasty death. For the sole simple reason is, I will freely admit, Cherry Pie was not the best song by Warrant. Now, Cherry Pie was a quick way of Gene Lane. They said, look, we want to do Uncle Tom's Cabin as the single. And the record company's like, it's not really radio friendly. No, Uncle Tom's Cabin is an actual jam song. It is actually a pretty decent song. He wrote Cherry Pie in like 30 minutes, hoping that it was such a bad song the record label wouldn't take it. It backfired on him.
Yep.
And it became one of Warrant's, one of those...
Most requested.
It's kind of like the Pina Colada song by...
Right.
By
Came
Rupert
in
Holmes.
with
Escape.
Warrant Pina
Right.
Colada.
Yeah, same thing.
in the rain.
But the thing is that a lot of people overlook the fact that certain hair bands actually have a massive amount of talent for what they do. It's just that they're party bands. It was party music, which is what rock and roll is. To have fun,
Yeah.
because rock and roll used to be slang for fucking.
Right.
So it was all about party. It was all about the living in the moment. So what? You'd write songs about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Look at
Exactly.
Motley Crue.
Yeah.
Didn't they do Ode to Tipper Gore on their album?
Motley Crue?
Well, you said who the Motley
Warrant.
Crue
Warrant?
is.
I have no
It was on
clue.
the same album as Cherry Pie and...
I'd have to go back and look.
Oh,
It's-
well, good, because, honestly, woman, stop.
I mean, you look at Twisted Sister. A lot of people will say, well, hey, you got two types of people who know about Twisted Sister. Those that came from the 70s and those who came from the 80s.
That was my
Twisted
first
Sister.
tape.
Right. It was one of my first tapes was Stay Hungry, which had We're Not Gonna Take It on it.
Yep.
Well, when I was little, they didn't have tape.
Hey, real.
They just chiseled it into the rock.
They had silent music.
We don't have to listen. No, never mind.
But if you yourself said, I recorded
Songs
and burned a
past
copy
17
of
people.
Great White's Great Zeppelin.
Yeah, yeah.
And you said out of all the Led Zeppelin stuff you have ever heard covered, that they're probably showing the best cover versions true to form.
Well, the one in particular that I mentioned, because they did that like spot on as
Right.
the originators would have said.
Unlike Tool's version of No Quarter, which was, for lack of a better word,
Dirge.
toolified.
Yeah, it was a dirge.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's what No Quarter is anyway, but
Right.
they kind of they toolified it, exactly.
So, but you get Great White, who's trying not only to basically be Great White.
By the way, I think children are being murdered.
I was about to say that.
I live in a shady neighborhood. They're outside selling. They're outside peddling rock candy for $5
Don't
an
open the
ounce.
door.
Yeah,
Don't open that door. There could be zombies outside. We don't know.
yeah.
But if you look at Great White, they were basically, you could tell it was a tribute album.
Oh, yeah.
And they were basically saying, this is one of the greatest bands ever.
Right, right.
When you get other, like Dred Zeppelin.
Yeah.
They're Led Zeppelin fans, but they're putting a funny spin.
I think those guys, that first album was not only hysterical, but the musicianship on it is really good. So they were obviously very good musicians, but they were doing a tongue-in-cheek thing. You have a fat Elvis Presley impersonator with guys that play reggae versions of Elvis Presley and Zeppelin songs, and